Good morning, good morning, morning. Stocks go up, stocks go down. Way down on CRM, but here's the thing, very interesting stuff. The thing that Wall Street doesn't tell you, so I learned this many years ago from a cowboy reporter, a cowboy and a baseball reporter. And I used to tell him, I said, you guys all suck at questions, and nobody asks the hard question. He goes, Sam, if we ask that question, they won't talk to us. They'll never talk to us again. It actually makes sense, right? So let's say Steph Curry misses the last 3 shots or whatever, and you go into a thing and say, you missed those 3 shots, you were terrible tonight. They'll never talk to you again, okay? So now let's take that over to stocks, okay? You go over to stocks, and these guys, Kramer is the king of this. He's the king of not asking the right question. Why? Because Mark Benioff, CRM, comes on a show twice a quarter. That's 8 appearances. And if he pisses him off, he's never going to come again. If he tells the CEO of Snow when he's on there that, hey, I don't understand. Why are you complaining about prices? You raise prices every month. He's never going to come on again. So so there's a reason for this. But you have to understand that. And if you understand that, then you can look into this stuff. Let me tell you, CRM comes out and they barely guide lower, but their comments from the CFO are complete shit. Deals are taking longer to close. A deal doesn't take a long time to close if it's a good deal. If Microsoft ChatGPT if it's going to let me get rid of 2 or 3 people and all my people can work better, faster, harder, easier, quicker, I'm going to go pay $30 a head. If it's not, I'm not even going to pay $10 a head. I'm going to tell you to F off. Okay? But what these companies have done, things like CRM, say you have HR, say you have a company, 20 people, and you do payroll, and you have all their information, and you got to do payroll, you got to pay taxes, you got to put in new employees, you got to do all this stuff, right? So you buy a module from CRM that does all that, and you just run their software, and it does it for you, right? Okay. Now you can go to PeopleSoft, which is Oracle. You can go to different ones, right? But let me tell you, so they tell you but what these companies do is they send you a bill. So let's say you were doing, I don't know, $1 million with CRM. They say, oh, we're raising prices 1,100 or 1.1 million, 1.2 million. And 1.2 million, and you're like, what the hell is this? They just raised prices 20%. So you call them, you go round and round, and you're all pissed off at them. You're a big company, but you can't do nothing. You can't do anything because are you going to stop paying people payroll and all this stuff? You have to plan for it. So it takes time, okay? But that's what these companies do. Microsoft is the king of this. Microsoft is the king of raising prices, okay? So just understand that, okay? So CRM, they piss people off. Now, so let's say a small company, 100 people, wanted to use CRM, and they go say, oh, these are some references. And you call that CEO, and the CEO says, yeah, these effers raise prices. Every year and a half, they raise 20%. You're going to say, screw you, I'm not going to use it. That's an issue. That's an issue, okay? So just understand that. So when you do that, deals take longer to close, and I understand from the CEO side, because Sam looks at everything from 2 sides. It's not just from this side. The CEO's goal is to make more money and piss everybody off. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He just needs to make more money, okay? So that's why they keep raising prices. Look at Netflix. At some point, Netflix is going to hit a peak, and it's going to go to shit, and that's not going to go to 300 again. It just is, okay? They just think they can raise prices nonstop. All these companies. Walmart, CEO, Target, all of them. All of them. Costco, oh, we need to now raise prices on the membership. Oh, we're going to look at people's card. Explain this to me. Well, why do you care if, I mean, this is so simple. Let's say you have a Costco membership and your daughter wants to go in there and use it. Why does Costco care if your daughter's spending money there? Oh, because we can get them to pay an extra $200 for a membership. Well, what the hell is this bullshit? Okay? So just understand that's what's happening. Now, let's talk a little bit more of how Sam, if he's on CNBC, how he destroys these companies. Okay? The first thing I would say, oh, Jensen, you telling us ChatGPT is great at changing the world. Okay, I agree with you. OpenAI is, we can do this. You don't need code. Code will be automatically generated. Okay. I don't disagree. Let's agree. So then what's the first thing you're going to do? You're going to say, I got a 100-person company, may go to 200 people, write me an HR module so I don't need CRM anymore. Oh, now you don't need to pay $1.2 million because ChatGPT is going to write all the code for you. Isn't that interesting? How come nobody has said that? How come nobody has said that? Write me up an SAP module. Let me tell you, I was at Texas Instruments in charge of SAP, which is the same systems, right? All these systems. And TI didn't do the upgrade for 10 years. Because every year SAP would send you an upgrade and say, here's an upgrade, pay for it. And the CIO said, we're not going to pay for it, screw you. So for 10 years they didn't do it, and then when they went to do the upgrade, everybody says, oh, it'll work, it doesn't work. So you're screwed. But now with this ChatGPT, you should be able to write your own, right? You should be able to write your own. Why can't somebody else create a CRM competitor? Should be coming next, okay? Okay, so CRM is way down, way down, and there's no reason. It's in 6 to 8 weeks or 4 to 6 week avoid. It's not going up. It's in deep shit. It's in deep shit. Why? Because it did this twice. And it did this after saying last quarter how good they were. Okay? That's taking NOW way down. NOW, same type of stuff. Okay? But a better retention rate. Okay? So it's back. Think about it. NOW was great for 5 days, straight back down. But it never hit our 791. Never got it. Today, Dell, HPQ, 10% AI PCs, and says in 3 years going to be 60% AI PCs. Dell earnings today. Does it get to 200, 220? Let's see. 184, big number on it. Okay? But CRM is taking stuff down. NVIDIA was down to what? 1132 last night. It's back 1144. So we bought those yesterday, 10, took it to 18, still sitting there. They're probably going to be, if it gets to 1150, they'll be 18 again. If not, it'll go back lower, and then we see. Okay? So you've got to watch NVIDIA. NVIDIA under 122 becomes bad. It's a big number. Okay? What's going on? GDP revision, moving. What's SPX? Down 14. Heading back. It's right around there. It's getting a little bit better. So then we see. Okay? Lulu, this thing has a chance. You watch. When they report earnings, I wouldn't be surprised if Lulu goes to 240. Okay? A&F is doing good. So think about the contrary signals. American Airlines says, we can't make any money, we're doing shitty. United says we're doing great, Delta says we're doing great. Sam's trying to buy a ticket from Brazil, third world country, to LA, or to Las Vegas. And business class. For $3,000 and $4,000. So Sam's a little bit smarter, looks, and United is selling $3,000 to $4,000 tickets. I mean, this is just ludicrous. And you go look, and they got 22 seats in business class. One of them is full. 21 is empty. And they're selling a ticket for $3,000. Really? I mean, it's absolutely hilarious what these people are trying to do. You know? Now, they're going to get filled up because they'll get filled up with miles and all that other type of stuff. But, I mean, stupid. Sam goes on United and looks at miles, 512,000 miles. 512,000 miles for that ticket. It's hilarious. So all these places are gouging because they can. What's real? I don't know. Is American getting this shitty and Delta and United good? Don't know. Cruise lines are all booked. You can't get through. Every place is booked. So understand that. But nobody is paying ridiculous prices. Why is McDonald's doing a $5 deal now? Oh, because they raised their price so high that everybody says, F you, we're not going to McDonald's anymore. These guys don't understand that. This is going to happen to 50% of the places in the world because of price hikes. 50%. I'm telling you. It's going to happen. Those companies are all going to go out of business. Starbucks still thinks it's okay to pay $15 a check. Really? It doesn't make any sense. Okay? So just understand. When you're trading, understand this. You have to look at the world around you. When you go to stores, when you go everywhere, look at the simple stuff. You don't got to memorize everything. You go to Walmart, go look at what they're charging for a Coke next to the checkout aisle and a candy bar. They're right there. Walmart CEO tells you he's lowering prices. Candy bars are nonstop going higher. He's not lowering prices. Okay? If he was, you don't take nobody. It's so hilarious. Candy bars are not $2 a candy bar. They were 30 cents 3 years ago. Okay? They're not even selling them. Nobody's buying them. It's just funny. And if you do that, you'll learn what's going to happen on all this stuff. Dell. We seen Dell moving yesterday. We sat there, did nothing most of the day, and then we bought Dell. And it's rocketing. And Dell, in theory, because of what HP said, this thing can probably run to 210 if its numbers are good. If the numbers are bad, it's straight down. SMCI is not moving. It's stuck in that 4 to 6 week range. It should be out of it this week. And then it goes next week. Their CEO is presenting. If he says good stuff, probably gets to 1,000. Coin's starting to go. Bitcoin's starting to go. Understand that. ARM released a new chip design. So if the ARM gets going, it can get through 126 today. But you need NVIDIA to pop, okay? And CRM is going to go lower. I'm going to see somebody say, oh, CRM should be better. It's shit. A stock that can go from 220 to 320 back to 220 in three quarters, it's telling you they're lying to you. Don't get fascinated by these companies that are lying to you. And the last comment before we start is very simple. Don't fall in love. Too many people, you can go fall in love with your wife. Don't fall in love with a stock. I mean, NVIDIA, nice stock. But let me tell you, if NVIDIA misses one quarter, the first quarter they miss, it's probably going to go down 300, maybe 400 points. 400 points. Okay? Doesn't mean it doesn't go to 1,200, 1,300 now. Okay? And then we see, and then we see, and then we see. Okay? Let's get started. Good morning, everybody. Stocks go up, stocks go down. It's 5:30. SPX down 13. Look, we don't get a second update. We don't get second days. When things like ARM rip and NVIDIA rips, you just don't seem to get the second days. And here's another thing. Let's talk about the other side. Because Sam looks at stuff from the other side, too. We don't get two big down days. And the market is trending higher. Today it's back higher. It's only down 13. So all the shorts, they're massacred again. And it probably goes positive because the news is not bad. The news flow is good. If NVIDIA is great and CRM is good, your better company is great, your shittier company is bad. Who cares? Simple, right? Understand that. I just want one guy to come on CNBC and say, guys, if ChatGPT is so good, why can't I just start a company and I'm going to write a CRM module, I'm going to HR module, I'm going to recreate a shipping module, I'm going to create a label module, blah, 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 and CRM goes out of business. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? How come they don't think about that? Only Sam does. Okay? SPX down 12. You had 52.52. Then you got 52.31, 52.09 if the world collapses, and 5,300 back if we rip up. PCE tomorrow. If the PCE is low, we are going to fly to 53.50. If PCE is way high, we're going to go to 5,200. Avago, 1436. NVIDIA, 1166. ASML, 991 up. 927 down. Land Research and No Man's Land, 982 up. CRM, 226. 217 will crush it. 241 up. Lulu, why is Lulu up? Oh, because Abercrombie said good stuff. Another one, Lulu, that just nonstop raises prices. They're gonna get whacked. GME can't get out of its own way, hit 26 and drop 6. It's not the same stock. That guy, Ron Kitty, doesn't even tweet anymore. It's like he doesn't exist. Interesting. BKNG, everybody's traveling and it goes lower. Isn't that interesting? BKNG, think about it. American says things are bad. Delta and United says things are good. So two companies say they're good, one say they're bad, and BKNG drops 60. Isn't that interesting? That's the market we live in. AMD, 176 Accelerator, First Solar, 288, 301. Enphase has to get through 131. ARM released a new chip design. This thing, if it gets legs, got 126, 132. MicroStrategy, Bitcoin, if it can get over 70,000, this thing can fly. I actually like the 1,700 that opened at about 15, very high. Just wait. Coin, trying to get going. 244, 266. SMCI, it's ready for a 100-point day. I don't know when it happens. Maybe it doesn't happen this week. Maybe it happens next week. Maybe it happens in 2 weeks. But it's winding up. That's why we bought some for next week. And then we see 901, 966 Beast. Dell was at 184. If it takes out 184, it's going to fly. HPQ is actually moving for 36. Is that right? 36. I think so. HPQ. I'm losing my mind. Yep, 36. NOW. Crater. It's not the same company as CRM. They think it is. It's not. But now you have Workday and CRM, two companies bad. They're going to penalize this one. 691. If this gets down to about 650, we're going to buy stock. We don't buy a lot of stock, but we're going to buy stock at 650 and take it back up to 800. And then we see. Microsoft doesn't report ChatGPT numbers and their why? Their Copilot numbers. Why? Because we know they're not good. And if they say we don't have great numbers, they're going to crush the stock. But here's the thing with Microsoft. They can move billings around. When people bill and pay for 5 years, you can move your bill dates around. Understand that. Tesla, up a little bit, trying to go 181, 188, underneath 169. That's what we know. Hope you enjoyed the rant today. Very, very interesting. Okay? Everybody, have a great trading day. See you in chat.